Cheldin Barlatt Rumer from This Is It TV, IG Creative. How are you? Day two of This Is It TV. What a journey. What a journey it has been. We are providing you with your daily dose of lifestyle news, celebrating the entrepreneurial spirit. So yesterday we talked a little bit about that entrepreneurial spirit, what that meant, what that passion was about. People have goals and objectives for their lives, and sometimes it's about building a small business, but sometimes it's about a passion, music, art, culture, those types of things that drive you, that keep you up at night. All of us, I know, are coming from a lot of that space, wanting to do something more with their lives, wanting to do something more for their community. This stage will provide you with an opportunity to share all of that. It will give you an opportunity to share your marketing voice. Our dedication to the entrepreneurial spirit and our ability to help you scream your dream will all happen here at This Is It TV. So I'm lucky enough to work with amazing people that are behind the camera. I know they all think I'm nuts. We've been here since 7 o'clock in the morning. I start my day early, and a lot of people always ask me, Cheldin, you're up so early, because who are on the other end of those emails that they receive at 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning from me? And I've always said the people that I aspire to be, the people that I want to be, the people that I look up to, they're up. If Oprah's up, if Martha Stewart's up, all these people are up, I should be up too. So for me to really be competitive in this space, I like to get up early. I like to be up before anybody else gets a crack at their email. I like to get a jump start on the day. So we want you to get a jump start on your day by tuning in with us here at This Is It TV. So we are broadcasting live through our YouTube channel, and the link will live on thisisItTV.com for you to see it, share it, fan it, like it with the rest of our This Is It TV community. What I really wanted to focus on today was persistence. The entrepreneurial spirit and having it and being possessed in a lot of different ways by it is hard. It's hard to be able to say, okay, this is what I want to do. Hey, I want to have my own show. What gives me the right to have my own show? Why should that be something that belongs to me? But because of the entrepreneurial spirit that I have, that drives me, there's a sense of consistency that I need and persistence. It takes time for all of this to come together. And I know that my crew was looking at me when I started this journey a couple months ago and saying, we're moving from one location to the next. We need to figure out how to make this happen. I put forth a specific date. I said, again, like I mentioned yesterday, 9/12. We're gonna do it on 9/12. We had no specific way of doing it on 9/12. We didn't even have all of the necessary equipment. But I knew that I needed to stay persistent. I needed to stay consistent with the This Is It brand. I knew that we were gaining a little bit of traction. People were starting to like, follow, and fan everything that we had going on. So it was my obligation to make sure that I provided for you all of the information that I could that supported our mission, which is celebrating the entrepreneurial spirit. Sometimes it's not easy to be persistent. Sometimes, due to outside circumstances, it's hard for you to focus on that goal, on that burning sensation that you have to do something bigger and better for your life or your community. But we're here to tell you that This Is It TV and IG Creative here in the Idea Performing Arts Center is here to be able to help you, not only in finding your marketing voice, but giving you a stage in order to communicate the features and benefits of your product, project, or service. Now, we need for you to do something for us. We need for you to be committed. We need for you to really dig deep and make sure that you're committed to your overarching goal. And it's not easy. There's gonna be so many people in your life that tell you shoulda, coulda, shouldn't, but we're gonna tell you that you can. And we're hopefully gonna be able to introduce you to opportunities that you would otherwise not know of. Introduce you to fellow business owners and entrepreneurs that you would otherwise never have heard of. That's our goal. Our goal is to be able to get you to stay persistent, get you to continue to move forward towards your entrepreneurial goals. Now, if you just want to sing in a nightclub, or if you want to be able to put out a full record, whatever your goals and objectives are, you have every right to believe in all of them. And we want to be here to help you and support you in doing so. But I need to share with you some examples. I need to share with you not only the good things that come from having an entrepreneurial spirit, but the valley as much as the hills. And in a lot of cases, the valley is what gets us, right? The persistency, being persistent is all good until you hit the valley. And then maybe I should quit. Maybe I should turn back. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't what I was meant to do. But I'm here to tell you, if you have that spark, if you have that spirit, there are ways that we can keep you consistent, keep that persistence, in your heart to be able to get to your goals and objectives. It's hard. I've been doing this for quite a long time. I can literally say I've been an entrepreneur for as long as I can remember. But I know that with help, with colleagues like the ones that I have behind these cameras, they've helped me stay focused. And I know, and oftentimes people don't have large support groups. You're out there in the dark, in your basement, in the middle of the night, planning how you're gonna get to your goals, how you're gonna become that entrepreneur that you know you can be. But now you no longer need to do that. Now you can share those goals and objectives with us. We can keep you focused. We will share with you on a daily basis here from the Idea Performing Arts Center some wonderful entrepreneurial stories. We'll also introduce you to some amazing new products. I selfishly get to test out some amazing new products from all over the country. So if you are an entrepreneur that can't physically get to us here in Camden, New Jersey, feel free to send us some of the things that we can begin to talk about. We want to support you. We want to get you to a place where you feel comfortable in your journey, knowing that that journey is not always going to be easy, and understanding that you have a colleague that has been there, somebody that has spent a little bit more time in the valley than the hills, but when I am in the hills, it is a glorious thing. So I need you to stick it out with us here at This Is It TV with Cheldin Barlatt Rumer every morning from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. We're going to be live streaming off of our YouTube page here from the Idea Performing Arts Center within the BB&T Pavilion on the Camden Waterfront. We're so excited about everything that we can bring to you, but the only thing that I ask for you is for you to be committed. Be committed to your dreams, be committed to what it is that you want out of life, and we will do our best to do the same for you. We'll make sure that you have the tools and the resources, and more importantly, get to hear some of these amazing stories about people who have been exactly where you are and who are really close to getting to where they want to be. And if there are success stories, people who are living their dream, how did they get there? What hurdles did they have to jump? And what advice can they provide you? My ask of you is for you to be committed and stay persistent and continue to go for what it is that you really want in your life. I'm going to continue to do the same. And hopefully you're inspired by the fact that This Is It TV is actually a thing. We made it. We got here. And so we're excited to be able to share that experience with you. So in continuing with that experience and talking about all the wonderful things that are happening here in Camden, New Jersey, we have a special guest. So Councilman Fuentes is gonna come sit with me, and we're gonna talk about the wonderful things that we have going on here in Camden. I've told a ton of different people. They said, okay, you were in Atlantic City, you were in Philadelphia, now you're in Camden. I said, yes. And for whatever reason, when I pull into this city, I feel a sense of connection. I feel as if this is where I'm supposed to be. I feel as if this is a home, not only for This Is It TV, but for IG Creative and for myself. There's nothing but opportunity here. So Councilman Fuentes is gonna sit with me. Come on over, and we're gonna talk about the amazing things that are going on. How are you?
Doing very good.
Oh,
Thank
good
you
to
for
see you.
the invite. Yeah, I
I
appreciate
love it.
this.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
Very good.
So wonderful. I know this is a journey, right? Look at
Yes.
this place. And it was just a stage before, and then you said a little bit earlier that I made it cozy.
That's correct. I feel like we're in a living room, so this is good.
It is good. It is good. Now, I want to talk about Camden and my new love of I'm slightly obsessed. I'm always trolling to see what's going on and how I can get more involved. And we're just really committed to being within this city. I really believe that this is where some kind of pinnacle move is going to be for me. And I think that it's been that for a lot of different people as well, right?
Absolutely. Let me just say, I can't thank you enough.
Oh.
You know, for really filming this here in Kansas City. I'm gonna do my effort to find you a place, a home here in Kansas City.
Thank you.
So it is good for our people in Camden. We have close to about 80,000 people.
80,000.
80,000 residents, and
Really?
about 30,000 that come in and visit on a daily basis.
Wow.
Jobs, entertainment, I mean, you name it, even the waterfront.
Right,
So
of course.
there's a lot of good stuff happening.
Yeah.
And especially in the last 2 years, thanks
Yeah.
to Mayor Dana Red.
Yes.
I'm sure one day you'll have her here. so we
Yes,
can talk
that's
about,
my hope.
There you go.
Come
You
see
will-
me.
You will have her here, that's for sure.
Yes.
I can't wait to tell her the good news.
Yes.
So
it's gonna be
yeah,
wonderful.
so there's a lot of good stuff, a lot
Yeah.
of good things happening.
Yeah.
You know, for a couple decades,
Yeah.
we were sort of like abandoned.
Yeah.
We didn't have the leadership on the
Yeah.
state or federal level,
Yeah.
or even business leaders. You know,
Right.
So I think now what we see, what's happening through the public safety, we sort of transform that in a way that people feel comfortable, safe. They feel more connected with the police officers, law enforcement officers. We have new schools. When I was a state legislator, along with Senator Donald Norco, who's now a congressman. Donald Norco, and Whit Wilson, who's a sheriff. And I'm with the county clerk's office. But we, for 6 years, we introduced good legislations that Governor Christie signed into law that is helping Camden City. So to prosper, this is a great opportunity. So not just the public safety, the schools. We have brand new schools under construction taking place.
Really,
our children deserve quality education. They do. But more so, jobs.
Jobs.
So we have companies that's under construction thanks to, Donald Norcross with the Economic Opportunity Act. Almost close to about 9 big companies.
Wow.
And then eventually they're going to help create jobs. And we have an obligation, as elected officials, to make sure that our residents, will have those opportunities, to apply for those jobs. And the good thing, these are prevailing jobs. Prevailing wages jobs.
And I think that's a really kind of interesting, because how long have you been in the Camden community?
I've been here since 1973. I was born in Puerto Rico. I went to New York, Brooklyn. Yes, I am a Mets fan. Yes, I'm a Mets fan.
Angel.
My 5th grade teacher, actually, took 4 of us to Queens. And then from there, we met his parents. They cooked us breakfast. And then he took us to the stadium, baseball.
Really?
That's how I
fell in love with the game.
Yes, to this date, I'm a Mets fan.
Okay, we'll go to a Phillies Mets game.
But you and I.
Okay,
good.
that's a good fair bet.
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
That's it. So you've been here since 1973.
1973.
1973. So you've seen the transformation, good, bad, and different, that has happened in Camden.
Yes.
Based on that experience, what is your feeling about Camden right now?
I graduated from Woodrow Wilson High School. I went to Florida to get my bachelor degree.
Wow.
And I was thinking, should I just come back? Because we just had a couple of rough riots, believe it or not, in the late 60s and 70s. And it was still fresh in many minds, of the people in Camden. But I decided to come back. I recall when I was living in Kramer Hill, we didn't have anything for our kids. So a group of us got together and we helped to resurrect the Kramer Hill Little League. We started off with 90 kids to about almost 500 kids the following year. So it's really a great need to make that we will not forget about our young people. So I think that all that really helped me or sort of shaped me into the person I am today. I never thought I'm going to get involved in politics. I mean, I that was not my forte, if you will. And so somehow the community got together and they encouraged me to run for public office. So, and I did, city council. For a good 16 years, I was president of city council for 10 years. There was an opportunity to run for the state as a state assembly. And I did for about 5.5, 6 years. And came back as deputy clerk for the Camden County Clerk's office. And then the mayor, of course, said, we need you back to city council. So I'm back at large. I love to work with the grassroots, with the residents, particularly those that are struggling, to see how we can provide the resources, to them, even if it has to do with housing issues, even just the street environment, But now, again, I feel so good. Again, thanks to Mayor Dana Red. Her vision is very powerful. Her leadership is very powerful. She's a broker. She brings people together, us, city council, as well as the community. Yesterday we had a great announcement. And I can't go into details, but it has to do with Camden High School in Parkside.
Councilman
That's a 100
Fuentes,
years old
You're
building.
teasing me.
I'm sorry.
All right, so you're going to come back and share with me, though.
I'm going to have the mayor come back.
Okay, you have the mayor come back and share.
Yes.
That was a tease, folks. That was a tease.
Yes.
That is so fun.
Thank
but
you.
It sounds like your community service or you being an activist in the community started very early. You knew because you had a choice. And that's another thing about this spirit that I talk about is that you always have a choice. You always have a choice. You were in Florida. You didn't have to come home.
That's correct.
You didn't have to, you were so far away and disconnected. You could have stayed away, but the fact that you came home and that you noticed that there was a void.
That's
for the
correct.
children, and then you acted on that void.
Yeah,
I think
yes.
that is an powerful. So
Uh-huh.
I know he says that he wasn't necessarily into public service, but you were without even necessarily even knowing it.
I think this whole notion of service.
Yeah.
You know, you want to really help others.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, like I stated earlier, the struggles.
Yeah.
But again, today,
Yes, today.
with the Economic Opportunity Act,
Yeah.
not too far from here,
Yes.
we have the facility. We actually had a ribbon cutting of the 76ers, the headquarters and the training facility.
Beautiful
Here in
building.
Kansas City, yes.
Beautiful
And I
building.
could
We can
see-
see it
yeah.
here from the Idea Performing
That's
Arts
right.
Center. We can see it. We're watching you. We can see everything that you've got going on. But
That's
those
right.
types of developments, when you drive through Camden,
Yes.
you can see all of the construction.
Absolutely.
You can see all of these big businesses coming. And you talked a lot in the beginning about the jobs, right?
Yes,
And the
yes,
importance
yes,
of not only
yes.
bringing people to Camden, but supporting the community.
Absolutely. You know, the unemployment rate is pretty high in Camden City.
Yeah.
But thanks to Mayor Red, thanks to Congressman down on Norcross, and my colleagues in city government,
Yeah.
I think we were trying to turn, you know, the makeup, if you will.
Yeah.
But you know, people would like to see changes now.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen like now.
Yeah.
But I hope they can just remain a little bit patient. I think we have
Yeah.
all these pieces like a puzzle.
Yeah.
To say that, you know, we are moving in the right direction. We want to make sure that, you know, we will help with housing.
Yeah.
We will help with beautifying the streets,
Yeah.
public safety,
Yeah.
making sure that every child has a quality education
Right.
and jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what's going to improve the quality of life. It's going to improve the city
Yeah.
as we move forward. So we have Hall Tech.
Yeah.
It's going to create hundreds and hundreds of jobs.
Okay.
We have the New Jersey American Water,
Oh.
not too far from here as
Yeah.
well. And along with, you know, a good 9
Yes.
companies.
Big, but they're huge. They're
9
huge
companies moving into the city.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we never had that back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. And you
Right.
know what? The fact that Camden City was once an economic powerhouse. You know, we had the Campbell Soups,
Yes.
the RCAs, the shipyards, and just those 3 would have created about 45,000 jobs. We lost them in the 60s and the 70s, and
Right.
I believe because of lack of leadership.
Right.
You know, we didn't have the leadership like we have right now.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful, thankful. So going back, you know, thinking
Yeah.
about my years in college,
Yes,
and do I want to
yes.
come back? I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
You know, we're
We're
seeing
glad
some
you
great.
did.
Thank
We're glad you
Thank
did.
you. Appreciate this.
You know,
really
and I
do.
think it's
Yes.
interesting. And when I first started, I met with Cynthia Primus, who you know, and we all love.
Beautiful lady, yes.
From the Idea Performing Arts Center, and you know, talking about Idea, and we got to visit the council meeting, which I thought was amazing, and everyone was so in tune. You know, and very rarely do you get a room full of leaders that are so in tune, that are so interested. You know, they didn't know me from, you know, but to
Yeah.
listen and to hang on every word that I was saying, and not only hang on those words, but to be able to create some action based on that request. I'm so impressed, you know, so
Yes.
impressed with the opportunity.
And Cheldin, let me just say
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
for coming to City Council,
Yeah.
as well as Cynthia Primus,
Yeah.
our love for the arts, and as
Yeah.
well you know you
Yes,
have
of
this love for the
course.
arts as well.
Of course.
And I you know, you sort of educated my colleagues
Yeah.
to understand fully, you know, the needs
Yeah.
where you reach out to the general population, and
Yeah.
particularly our young people,
Right.
you know, to appreciate the arts
Yeah.
and value the arts.
Right.
So we. The City Council introduced a resolution in support,
Okay.
you know, of the program.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
coming from you. It's coming from Cynthia as well.
Yes.
And so we are very delighted. I'm glad
Yes.
that this is taking place in Camden,
In Camden,
New Jersey.
In Camden, New Jersey. In Camden, New Jersey. And I know that we've talked about the jobs. Now, if we can touch a little bit on this education, because again, to be able to support the adults and make sure that the adults are bringing funds back to their households,
Absolutely.
but even more so in what we're doing here, even at IDEA, is ensuring that the students, that the
Absolutely.
children and the youth, and I know that from a very young age you were committed to that as well.
Absolutely.
You said that new schools are building?
Absolutely, yes. When I was a state legislator, I introduced a bill along with Senator Donald Norcross and Whit Wilson, the assemblyman at the time. We introduced a legislation called the Urban Hope Act.
Oh, okay.
That sort of created what's called the Renaissance schools.
Oh.
So if you go throughout the city,
Right.
there's new constructions of schools that monies would come from their pocket, not from the taxpayers' pocket.
Wow.
So you know, so I think this is a good marriage.
Okay.
We're going to work closely with the charter schools and even the public school system.
Right.
We want to make sure that the public school system would have all the resources,
Right.
the money, you know, when it comes to text,
Yes.
Books, you know,
Right.
making sure we have enough resources for the teachers,
Right.
and even our students. So I see a partnership, and
Okay.
I would like to
Yeah.
call it a partnership of hope.
Yes.
You know, so trying to really combine and engage all the parents, the children, the teachers, you know, the members of the Camden City Board of Education, Martha Wilson, who happens to be the president of the board
Okay.
for the public
Okay.
school system,
All right.
and the superintendent as
Yeah.
well, Payman. So I think we have a good marriage in Camden City,
Right.
and hopefully it will be healthy,
Yeah.
and we can, you know, for many years,
Yes.
and look back,
Yeah.
and to say, wow, you know,
Yeah.
we made Camden strive,
I
not just
love
for us,
Yes.
for our memories, but also for our children.
For the children.
Yes.
For the children.
Yes.
And we know that even if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, you have that drive,
Yes.
that you can only do so much by yourself.
That's correct.
And what you've mentioned a lot since we've sat down
Mm-hmm.
is the groups of people that have been able to support you, whether it's your additional councilmen and women that sit with you, you know, to do such good work, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
the mayor herself, whether it's the corporations that are coming in. How important do you think it is for everybody to work as a unit?
I think, especially when we see all these developments taking place, we have close to 20 neighborhoods.
Wow.
I can tell you that that's something happening right now in each of those neighborhoods. So I think it's critical for all of us to come together.
Yeah.
It's not the I's,
Yeah.
it's the we's. You know, we all have to come together.
It's the we's.
We have a love for our city, no matter what philosophy, ideology,
Yeah.
political affiliation.
Yeah.
You know, this is our city. The 80,000 people who live here have to come together, you know, supporting Mayor Dana Ridge and her vision
Yeah.
and her leadership. I think, you know, we are so happy. We're getting the attention thanks to Mayor Red on the
Yes.
federal level, the White House,
Yes.
from the state level, the county level,
Yeah.
and even the local level. So
I love
you know, we haven't had all these attentions.
Yeah.
And I feel very good
Yeah.
that you know I'm sort of part of
Yeah.
even with decision making,
Yeah.
moving the city forward. You know, that's something good that says Camden on the rise.
Camden on
You
the
know,
rise.
yeah. And also we have to thank the Coopers Foundation.
Right.
Thanks to George Norquist.
Yeah.
You know, $1 million coming out of the Cooper Foundation to help with all the
$1 million.
children, teenagers, when it comes to sports
Wow.
throughout the city.
Recreation
And
program.
year round, it's not just like during the summertime.
Right.
You know, so when it comes to volleyball, basketball, baseball,
Right.
soccer, I mean, you name it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I
That's
mean,
good.
and I'm pulling some really amazing things, and sometimes I talk in hashtags. Everybody knows that. So, like, with the 80-20, 80,000 people in 20 neighborhoods, and focusing on that, and focusing
correct.
on the volume of people that are here that need help, that need assistance. So, if there are
correct.
people that are out there, and there are people out there that are watching This Is It TV, what do you want them to do? How can they help in
Sure.
supporting Camden?
I mean, you could also visit us on our website or just call us at 856-757-7119. I consider you as a beacon of hope
Yeah.
for our city. Anything you can do to assist. I can tell you we have, you know, some incredible stories
Yeah.
from our residents.
Yeah.
And it could even be a child, a teenager, an adult. You know, we have people who served in Afghanistan and Iraq who are veterans now. We're trying to really support them and help them move, you know, their lives forward and their
course.
families as well. There's a lot of good things in Camden. We have, you know, the waterfront, live
Yes,
concerts.
yes.
So a lot of good things happening.
Yeah.
You know, now with all these big companies coming in, actually we've been announcing construction jobs.
Oh,
So thanks to
that.
Freeholder Young and my colleague, City Council Curtis Jenkins,
Okay.
who are actually spearheading,
Oh.
you know, the construction jobs.
Love
And then, you know, to take the training and then eventually become union members.
Right.
And let me tell you, it pays good.
Yeah.
So this is really for Camden
Pays good.
City. Yes.
Get
It's
involved.
for Camden City, Camden residents.
Yes.
We have, you know, we just had 2 classes
Okay.
in the last 2 weeks, and we still have
Wow.
2 more.
Wow.
So we want to really go, and not just for men,
Right.
women too.
Absolutely.
Women too.
Absolutely.
You know, so
Absolutely.
just call us. We'll give you the dates where you
Oh,
can attend,
wonderful.
participate, and hopefully
Well,
get these jobs.
Councilman Fuentes, you're
Yes.
stuck with me. You know
Okay.
that. You're stuck with me. And we are committed. We are committed to being here. We are committed to the Idea Performing Arts Center. We are committed to Camden.
Thank you.
And we will do our best to be able to send out any of that information.
I
So if
appreciate
you have
that. Thank you.
upcoming events, job opportunities, or if you just want to share what's going on in those 20 communities,
Okay.
please send it to us and we will make sure to follow, fan, and share all of that information.
Very good. Thank you very
I
much.
am so honored
thank
to
you for
have
having
you
me here.
This is so, well, this will not be the last time.
No, I would not.
Not be the last time. Not be the last time. But we are so excited about these opportunities, and we talked a little bit more in the beginning about that persistence, about definitely taking it the extra mile, about what to do when you have a goal and objective, when you're really driven by the entrepreneurial spirit. Nothing speaks more about that than the city of Camden. We are here and we are committed to be here. We want to tell your stories here in Camden. Not only the stories about those people that are here living, thriving, those 80,000 people in these 20 neighborhoods, but we want to introduce you to them. So we encourage you to come to Camden, visit us here every morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., broadcasting live on This Is It TV. We'll be back tomorrow with more This Is It TV with Cheldin Barlatt Rumer. Until then, have a wonderful day.